together.
What are we doing next? What are we doing next?
We're doing a comparison.
Oh, yay.
I love your energy today.
Well,
What did you have for breakfast?
I am full of energy today,
Okay,
no
let's go.
doubt.
Let's go.
Cool.
Oh, why is that so shrill?
Yeah, it's from the audience.
Holy. Oh, it's audience.
From the audience.
They're cheering. Very treble heavy.
Oh, now I remember. You heard it before.
I've heard this?
You've heard it before.
This exact performance?
You actually heard this exact artist
But not
40
this
years
stage.
after or something.
Oh
like,
yeah, but not this stage.
Not this
40 years
stage.
after.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I do not remember or recognize.
But she's interesting.
Decades after.
Because she left her career at her peak, and she disappeared for a long time, and she just recently got back, and that's probably the stage that you think she saw
Interesting. Do we
Yeah.
know why she disappeared?
for school.
Oh, cool,
And then
cool,
she
cool.
just never came back. Yeah,
佢英文叫咩？
Priscilla. Priscilla.
Priscilla?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Well, I want to be her when I grow up as far as this outfit goes. No joke, this is so elaborate, and I do not care how millennial it makes me. I love sparkles. I don't care. I don't care how uncool it is.
Sparkling is cool.
I just love it. Wow, this is like sexy, regal dancing from the background, fellows. So what is this song? What is this song about? You want to hear more? You want to hear more?
Lyrics, yeah.
Look at her snatched waist. She's shaped so beautifully.
She is very beautiful.
來日縱是千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱是千千晚星，亮過今晚月亮，都比不起這宵美麗，亦絕不可使我更欣賞。啊，因你今晚共我唱。
My perception of this song so far and her vocal stylings feels, and I could be totally off on this, but feels like some sort of mix of a more traditional sound, but mixed also with like the heroic song in a movie that is the like exciting romance moment, but it feels like it has old and new
Okay.
Yeah.
vocal style and song style. I don't know.
Okay.
So, just looking at the lyrics, you were asking. It's a love song, obviously, in love, and then in the future, I might have really good days, happy times, but tonight will always be special because you're here with me right now. So,
yeah, it feels
something
like the
around that.
moment, like the bodyguard moment, kinda.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Is this not from a movie? Is this? It feels like a movie. Is it not?
Not. I don't know if this one is.
Interesting.
So this is not the version I'm familiar with, actually. I don't know if you'll see it later, but I'm familiar with the Anita Mui version of the song. Those lyrics I know better.
So what is this? Who is this? I'm sorry. Did you say this is Priscilla?
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Okay, I need to keep going.
Sure.
Lovely.
臨別才動感愛上的月亮，原來全是你令我的思漫長。何月才又可今宵一樣？明晨離別你，路也許孤單得漫長。當某天雨點輕敲你窗， 當風聲吹亂你構想，可否就空想這張舊模樣？
She's actually using a neat variety of vibrato. On that nice long note she sang, it was really more shallow, kind of what I would call more modern style vibrato. But here she's using that more kind of deep traditional vibrato. I also...
那樣縱是千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱是千千晚星，亮過今晚月亮。都比不起這宵美麗，亦絕不可使我更欣賞。啊哈，因你今晚同我唱。
I actually find her quite expressive. I kind of like her.
Yeah, she was very well loved, very popular.
This is
peak of her
so
career.
interesting because like decades later, when you watch her again,
Did I complain?
you complain about her vibrato because it was so wobbly and so huge.
Okay,
Well, I
well,
thought it's stylistic choice, right?
no, so that's what I thought too, but I got into a conversation with another singer and musician, and they kept telling me, no, there's physiological, and we ended up doing some research, and there is some physiological components, muscle-wise, and so... Yeah, their inspiration, when older singers sing, they do bring inspiration. But if you listen to this, because I think I remember what you're talking about now that you said that.
Yeah.
And she's not that deep now. So she actually is deeper in her later years, which does make sense physiologically based on the research I did.
Okay. I see.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, that's pretty compact vibrato.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting.
so I reserve the right to change my mind when the vibrato changes.
Okay.
Okay.
來日縱是千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱是千千晚星，亮過今晚月亮。都比不起這宵美麗，都洗不清今晚我所想，因不知那天再共你唱。
Yo, these back dancers,
Are
these
big
back dancers,
celebrities.
now they are all big celebrities.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all grew into like superstars.
I loved them as soon as they walked out with like sexy shoulder, like sexy man shoulder.
Of course, gotta move those hips.
Everyone gets it. Hey, that's Jordan. That's Jordan. That's Jordan.
Jordan. Do I know?
No, you haven't seen him yet.
Okay, okay.
He also sings. He's a singer too.
Yeah.
But I've not seen him.
Jordan Chan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that lady's hilarious in the background.
In the back, yeah.
She's like side-eyeing everything that's going on.
係拉炳哥啊
Oh my god!
謝天華
Tinhua.
拉炳哥 also famous
Yeah, he's
famous
another-
actor famous
Wild.
actor. Yeah.
It is crazy.
Is she crying?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, I think she's being grateful. I think she's grateful for a positive reception. Like, I think people are, I'm assuming people are cheering. I think she's touched.
Yeah, yeah. What did you say?
I wonder if it's the concert before she had to like put her career on pause to study in the States. Maybe that's why she's emotional.
Did she study music?
I'm not too sure where she studied in the States, but she just left and she went to the States and that.
Okay.
Well, she's an interesting vocalist. I feel like she is taking advantage of every opportunity to do subtle things with her voice. I'm hoping she sings again. There's one more thing I want to point out, but I don't know if she's done.
I've always thought he was so good looking growing up.
Is he who's singing?
Yes, he's a singer and actor.
What's his name?
Leslie.
Chow. One of the biggest
Male stars. in
But is this song hers?
Yes.
Who we already heard.
the cover.
This is very clean. Oh, he is handsome.
Oh my god. So good looking.
Oh, he does it too. Interesting.
可惜即將在各一方，只好深深把這刻盡凝望。來日縱使千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱使千千晚星，亮過今晚月亮，都比不起這宵美麗，都洗不清今晚我所。
He's really expressive too.
He is.
I feel like the
He's
singers
known for that.
the singers that seem to be drawn to this, sorry, it's her song, Priscilla's song. Yeah, both him and her are adding a lot of like subtle dynamic stuff, but there's one little thing they do in a, I'm wondering if it's if the language is calling upon, I'll show it to you and you can tell me.
因你今晚共我唱。
Well, this song has long fills. I bet you singers like singing this. The melody seems like fun. Oh, Priscilla did that too.
Yeah.
Or I guess he's using her performance as inspiration.
But
在段咁哀傷的漂亮，
So this, so this is not a complex topic per se, but both him and her, this song has this tail end that it does this a few times, nah, and every time I hear it, my ear's trying to figure out what feels like it's missing. If I wish it was like nah, 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 if I wish it was like a riff down, or if I wish it was nah.
Yeah, your Western influence is calling for a grace note or calling for some kind of
something else in
agility.
there,
Another note in
or not even just agility. Both him and her also have kind of, her more than him, but it's almost bent downwards.
Yes.
And pitch bends aren't. They're not really readily utilized in Western music.
That's what I was trying to tell you, is a Cantonese music, when you think it's a grace note or
Do not go into this scoop conversation.
or a scoop, Leslie is a good example for actually, having subtle bends
Well,
within words.
That's
all the time.
fine, but bends are bends and scoops are scoop.
Dum, 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 dum.
Right, but scoops come from underneath.
I get it.
Right,
I
so-
get it. But the difference is it's continuous, so it's not clear cut. It's actually meant to be continuous.
Well, fair enough,
Yeah.
but a scoop is a scoop and a pitch bend is a
I
pitch
get
bend.
it in Western terms.
But I would even say, Jay, this is why I fight you, because even singers these two singers we've heard, I could be wrong, but I will
Yeah.
challenge myself.
Keep listening.
That there are in fact probably actual scoops. And then there are moments where it is probably, according to you,
Yeah.
bent on purpose. But all I'm saying is there is a way to accidentally bend what is intended to be a scoop.
It's the other way around. It's possible for them to accidentally turn a bend into a grace note or a scoop.
I doubt a grace note. Grace notes are really aggressive.
That doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. In the language itself, it just bends all the time. Every word has a bend. Every word has a bend.
Okay, I still think that those are two different techniques.
Okay.
Well, this song's originally Japanese, so
What?
Maybe you
So
will
it's
hear it.
not Priscilla's song?
well the
Originally.
melody is.
So remember how we told you like back in the early 90s, Hong Kong imported like lots of Japanese songs, compositions from Japan. And actually this song is a great example because you will see two Cantonese versions of the same Japanese song.
Yes, the other Cantonese version is the one that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
Two sets of
in
different
one
sets of
market,
lyrics.
in just one market, there are two versions.
Two sets of lyrics for one melody.
And did people be excited to hear it again?
Yeah, both are A-listers
Oh,
singing it.
Yep.
that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah.
原來全是你，令我的詩漫長。然何以才又可今宵一樣？停留凝望裏，讓眼睛講彼此立場。
Do you think, Jay, that you know how we've talked about vibrato, and I eventually discovered that people prefer and kind of valued the thicker vibrato here. They actually like competed, as you explained to me, like who has the most beautiful thick vibrato. Do you think that in Cantonese music, pitch bending is something that tugs on heartstrings? Or are you suggesting that it's
It's rooted-
necessary because of the language?
Rooted in the language. The more pitch bends he includes in them, in the singing, the more speech-like.
Yeah.
The more like he's just telling a story, more sincere it seems.
Yep.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, a lot of things are flashing in my mind right now.
Huh.
That's really, really interesting.
當某天雨點輕敲你親，當風聲吹亂你靠上。
So that's a bend.
Not just that, I heard like 5-6 bends already. Your brain may not register these bends, but to Cantonese speakers, you can tell. There's like pitch bends.
So could you speak the line?
What was it?
It sounded like he was talking when he was singing. 'Cause
Yes.
He just that's him. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is
it's
interesting.
like-
So what you're telling me is this man is successfully doing a version of speech level singing as
Yes.
far as Cantonese
Yes,
vocals
yes, yes.
go.
Yes, yes.
似立春。當某天雨點輕敲你親，當風聲吹亂。
No, I hear how speechy this is,
當
but
某天
Yeah.
當某
so how do you speak that?
當某天
Yeah.
Oh, so it's built into the melody.
Yes.
It is.
Exactly.
It is. It is.
So can you
So let's see
Sing-
Mao. If you get an R&B singer today to sing Mao, he might turn it into a scoop.
Okay, whoa.
But for old singers, they will just connect the
Like
pitch
the
difference.
language.
Yeah.
Like
Mao.
the language.
Just like the way to
Yes,
speak.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we just focus on that line for 1 second?
Okay.
So can you sing it? Could someone sing it without that melody or that bend? Like, does it still
No.
work?
Doesn't work. 當某天嘛。
So if you
凝望裏，讓眼睛講彼此立春。當某天。
oh, I did hear it. Dong.
當某天
So you can't sing Dong Mati.
No. Definitely doesn't
You
work.
have to be like Dong Mountain. You have to
Sorry,
do that.
Dong Mountain.
Dong Mountain.
Dong Mountain.
Yeah.
當某天
So
Like-
could okay. So could a 16-year-old pop singer, canto pop singer,
Yeah.
do anything to deviate from that?
They are starting to. They're starting to be looser. Like, you know, like you've heard MC sing and he's a bit looser, right? The newer singers are doing it.
And do people hate it? Do older people hate it?
Some do, yes. Some get really critical.
What do you think?
And they'll be, well, because I'm newer and younger, I'm completely
You're so
okay
young
with
and
it.
fresh.
Yeah,
So
I'm
young
newer
and
younger and
fresh.
hipper, I'm okay with it. And plus, I'm not 100% accurate when I sing Cantonese songs because I find it's really restrictive.
I don't think people understand, and it's still unwrapping for me. I don't even know. There's words that I want to use, but I'm not going to use them. There are some confinements.
Yeah.
That's the best word I can think of.
Yeah.
That it sounds like you kind of have to
Oh,
adhere to.
Cantonese has the most confinements.
It's a little restrictive.
Yeah, comparing to a lot of different Chinese languages
It
and local
feels
dialects.
interesting.
And that's why it's so hard to find a really good lyricist.
Oh yeah,
Because a good lyricist gives you the most room
Yeah.
to sing, maybe.
and
Yeah.
make the most sense.
To use the words as they're supposed to be
Yeah,
used,
exactly.
but melodically.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
So
like
difficult.
today is like
Yeah.
next level understanding a little bit. Like it's a new like
Yeah.
There's so much math involved. I
Like
tell you.
good Hong Kong
So much.
lyricists or Cantonese lyricists are basically celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you hear, because this video must be what 40 years old or something.
Very very old.
Yeah.
So does
He's
this?
not around anymore.
Okay,
That's
okay,
another
okay,
sad thing
okay,
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So I don't. You guys are my age, hip and youthful, but not 16. Does this feel? I don't know. Cool, connected, speechy. Like how does this feel to you?
Reminiscent of my past. It's like it's memories come by when I hear this song. When I look at Gogo.
But could you separate yourself from the song and the artist and just talk to me about his vocal stylings? Does it feel dated? Does it feel fresh? Does it feel new? Does it feel authentic? Does it feel speechy? Like, are you like, this is a really strong vocalist? I happen to think he is in great control of his registration. It's a very sweet tone. But what does this vocal styling mean to you as someone who's been embedded in this culture, but remove yourself from the song? What does this kind of vocal feel like to you?
I think he is a very skillful singer,
I do too.
but I don't think he is like a flexy singer.
But I don't think you can. I don't know how much you can.
Jackie Chan was considered
what?
one of
Hold
the more flexy singers.
Okay. I have to
No,
read.
but
Just let me.
And what
I need to say
George
something.
was a flexy singer
No,
for
in
his
the
high
70s
notes.
with
Yes.
like
So that's what I was gonna say.
And all those people
I
are
want
like-
you guys to hear me
They were
when I
flexy
say that you can't be flexy. Is that the word we were using?
I
Flexy.
don't know if that's true.
What I was going to say is, it's not that I think you can't be flexy. What I'm learning, or what I'm surmising and proposing, is that is why what looks like a flex to you might not look like a flex to me, and vice versa.
True.
Because it is different, because of the language, it makes flex mean something else.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why also it has been more lauded and more celebrated for high notes and belty notes and thick notes and long
And
notes.
vibratos.
And vibrato, because that is what the language allows people to lean into.
Yes.
That's what the sparkle is
Yes.
within this.
Yep.
That's, I feel like this is a moment.
Yeah.
如念起敲你親，當風聲吹亂你構想，可否抽空上這張舊模樣？
This is very speech-like.
來日縱使千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱使千千晚星，亮過今晚月亮，都比不你這宵美麗，亦絕不可使我更欣賞。因你今晚共我唱。
This singer's very expressive. Leslie, you called him?
Yeah.
怎都比不你這宵美麗，亦絕不可使我更。
One more thing I just want to point out. I know I'm going on, but I would also give him a lot of credit for how he's using dynamic, because something I comment on a lot, particularly on our one take challenge, but in general a lot, is what I call the push-pull, where a singer will overcommit and then they have to pull back and kind of find the middle ground and adjust. He is using dynamic in a very
Opposite.
very relaxing
Yeah.
way, which is how I like. I mean, it's professional. It's great
Yeah.
to see singers be able to do, because here's the difference. It's not that you can't do fairly quick or immediate dynamic changes. It's that you need to. I would kind of use this as a demonstration. We don't want to do this, right? We don't just want to. So, hey, it's too extreme. But he is still he's coming in and out of thicker and thinner, louder and quieter with immediacy. But it's not doing this. It's not taking us on a terrible ride. This is what it is like to use dynamic, to emote, to show your emotion, to convey the melody, to bring sparkle to the song and to the melody with control. And whether you are Cantonese, Mandarin, English, whatever, I stand behind that this control is possible and should be people's goal.
Oh my gosh, you know what? I really wish you would have an opportunity to hear what you just said. Because, like, he's not around anymore. He committed suicide because of depression. And I think just he's been judged, so harshly, also loved. It's a little crazy, so I really wish like he was here listening to kind of what you just mentioned, like just giving credit where credit is due. So
Fucking this industry is wild.
so loved.
Artists have a wild journey. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
因我今晚共你唱，來日縱使千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱使千千晚星，亮過今晚月亮，都比不起這宵美麗，亦絕不可使我更欣賞。因你今晚共我唱，來日縱使千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱使千千晚星。亮過今晚月亮，都比不起這宵美麗，都洗不清今晚我所想，因不知那天再共你唱。
Is he singing off mic? I
was.
love that.
Yes.
Me too.
I love that.
Me too. Be so into it.
I would assume that Cantonese singers still take inspiration from him. I would
For
hope
sure.
and assume.
Oh yeah.
He's forever a legend.
Every
in
year
Hong
they
Kong.
still celebrate him and have like sing all the new
I'm
singers.
kind
sing
of
his
not
songs.
surprised.
And her too, actually, the one you're about to see.
Sorry, this is the singer. You know Anita? Were you calling
yeah,
her?
I really love her.
What Anita? That's her whole name.
Anita.
Anita
Mui.
Mui? Yeah.
Mui. But is she taking inspiration from the outfit of Priscilla or vice versa, or is it just a coincidence?
No, I don't think so.
It wasn't
It's
a
just a
coincidence.
coincidence?
I believe she also loved the melody, and she actually dated this douchebag Japanese guy. I think he's the original singer of the song, and I'm calling him a douchebag because like he was like playing her basically.
Oh.
But anyways, so she loved the melody, and I guess she got rights to the song, and so did Priscilla. They released it at the same time.
Oh, these are the two artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anita and Priscilla.
Priscilla were the ones that had it going at the
original
same-
singers of the
The canto.
Cantonese version. Yeah.
Well, no wonder they were able to both do a version. They are very different. What the heck?
隨雲下漸散，逝去的光彩不復還。遲年
This is wow. Wait,
難耐這一生的變幻。
she has a super unique tone.
Yeah. One of
You love this version.
聚散，纏結這滄桑的卷壓。
Is this her last live?
You know, yeah,
Ever?
I want to fill you in. Like, this is an emotional episode for me because I love her. And then she died of cervical cancer. And then this was her last concert and she pushed through. And then, so this was her last concert. She wore a wedding dress because her one wish in life was to get married to someone she loves. And then it didn't happen and she was dying. And she knew it wasn't going to ever happen. So she put on the wedding dress and she just said, I'm marrying the stage, I'm marrying you guys. So yeah, this was, so it's really emotional for me to watch this. And she was so sick, she was going through all of the therapy, that she just, she could barely stand. And then she could barely sing.
During this.
Yeah, so her voice is usually much, much more powerful than this. And she's like quivering and she's struggling. She's going through so much pain. She's like, no, I have to do this concert for my fans.
Oh my god.
And then she like 2 months later she passed away. So she passed away on December 30th. It was really sad. Sorry, I didn't want to ruin it. I wanted to tell you later, but then like yeah.
Sorry, what year was this?
Oh, this is I gotta check.
But
out-
you remember.
Oh, it's
Were
very,
you a kid?
It was vivid. No, it's
teen.
not that. Yeah, I was like very young already. Yeah.
There's no hiding of your age. There is no hiding.
Very young. Yeah,
Wow,
but
that is
I love
fucking
her. She
wild.
is so unique. She's
People must have been losing it in this audience.
Oh, yeah.
Losing it.
they call her daughter of Hong Kong. That's how much people love her. They absolutely love her. So sad.
漫長路，驟覺光陰退減，歡欣總短暫，未再返。哪個看透我夢想是平淡？曾遇上幾多風雨翻，編織我家錯誤。
That is the saddest thing I have ever
I'm
heard.
sorry. Yeah,
What you described.
2003 is when she passed away, and then she was
But
in
the
so
wedding
much
dress
pain.
and
she
the
was so weak. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Leslie Chong too, right? 2003.
Yeah.
So we lost both same year.
Yeah. And Leslie was they were best friends. They
What?
were best friends, and one just was so depressed he just wanted to end. She fought till the bitter end but couldn't make it. Like it's just so sad. So it was a hard year for the Hong Kong music
She looks
industry.
young.
She's 40 when she went. Yeah.
That is very young.
Very young.
It is very young.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Jeez.
Yeah.
伴我走過愛侶，不過忠心灰藍，路上紛擾波折。
Well, her voice sounds good.
一天想到歸去，但已晚。
That's such a crazy thing. She looks beautiful. She looks vital. She looks, I mean, I don't know. I've obviously never seen her before, I don't think. But she doesn't look unwell Cancer's wild.
It's really sad.
Wild.
Yeah, so sad.
And her voice sounds good, Flo.
I love her voice.
I like her voice quite a lot too. I cannot imagine what is in her head during this. Cannot fathom. I'm just gonna put this aside for just a quick second. I just want to talk about her voice. So we talked a lot about Joshen, and how his voice is high enough that it crosses over with females, actually higher than some females can sing. We don't come across, or we haven't come across this very often. It exists in the Western world just as rarely, I would say, is where females' ranges cross over with male ranges. It's not unheard of, but this is particularly interesting in that it's quite appealing.
Yeah.
And still reasonably feminine. This feels low
Yeah, you can
for
tell. You can
sure,
still tell it's a lady
but it's
singing.
very
Yeah.
womanly.
I find it sexy.
It's sexy, and part of it is her choices and her stylings, and part of it is just that she is feminine. But it is a beautiful tone, and I also hope you would show me more of her too.
Yep.
Very interesting. Does she have other hits? Was she also a darling?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Many hits.
Was her voice always this low, or is that part of the illness?
It's
Always
interesting
low.
because when she was 15, apparently she had vocal nodules. And
Wow!
it dropped her voice by 1 octave.
Oh no, not an
So-
octave.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're claiming.
No.
Because her family was so poor. Her father passed away, so she came out and started performing and singing at the age of 4. And she was doing like nightclubs after nightclubs to the point where she like strained her voice. And
Oh
she
my
developed
god, you are
nodules.
an effing fan.
Oh, she's so big that on Disney Plus.
Okay,
they
you just know
actually
this.
did like a biopic on her. Like she had a whole like
There's a
mini
TV
TV series on her life on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
的光彩不復還，纏纏綿綿，難耐這一生的願望。如浮雲聚散，纏結這滄桑的捲壓。漫長路就過光陰退減，歡欣總短暫未再返。那個看透我夢想是平淡。
That is so freaking interesting that she was friends with Leslie. They are both super, super expressive. Not the same brand, like not the same toolkit, but both, actually all 3 singers, but particularly her and Leslie, use dynamics well, use subtleties well, use pitch bends. Aside from
Yeah.
what you've pointed out,
Yeah.
I just think they are really emotive vocalists.
Yes.
曾遇上幾多風雨花，編織我交錯夢幻。曾遇你真心的臂彎，伴我走過患難。奔波中心灰淡，路上紛擾波折再一彎，一起想到歸去難而晚。
I'm also going to say one more thing. Just food for thought. All 3 of these performances are quite old. Is this the last one we're seeing?
No.
Okay. All 3 of these performances are quite old. So there's a lot less technology available. And I believe we're hearing pretty raw, untreated, unedited vocals.
Yeah.
And I just want you to notice the accuracy. Back in a time where we didn't have all the fixie-fixies, you had to singy-singy. So I just want to highlight how accurate all 3 performances have been.
Yeah.
曾遇你真心的臂彎。
friends with David Fallon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Big.
both versions, the Anita version and the Priscilla version, you told me have different lyrics. Are they different stories, just completely
Different.
unrelated, different stories?
Totally unrelated. This one is about like sunset where it's most beautiful, shining the brightest, and eventually you're going to dark, and like how life, you have the obstacles, and then they keep coming at you, and when you're finally tired, you just want to rest, it's already too late. Like, it's really deep, really mature, and it's so sad that she's
That
singing
just,
this
with her story,
at this
no,
oh.
no.
Yeah.
That's
No,
outrageous.
the saddest part is actually coming up here.
No.
Very shortly.
No. Oh.
That's it. It's like goodbye. It's black and white, and that's it. That's the last dance. Oh boy. Yeah, it's really sad.
So that's her last.
They're just going. Yeah,
Ever.
everyone
Last ever.
remembers that. Just turn around.
I also think it's so brave that she wasn't like, bye. She was like, so strong.
Yep, and that's what she wanted her fans to see. And she's just remarkable. She was in so much pain she could barely sing. If you listen to her other stages, her voice is like 10 times more powerful than what you're listening to right now. She could barely stand. You're like, are you sure you could walk up the stairs? She's like, I won't do it. Yeah. Whew. What is this?
Well, you might not want to listen to it now because
Oh,
this
are
guy's.
you gonna listen to douchebag?
This is the douchebag that
No.
played her. This Japanese original singer of the song.
We're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it.
Can we make fun of him?
Let's be nice. Let's be fair.
You do you. I'll just react to what I hear.
Let's be fair.
あばよとこの手も振らずに
It's a nice tone. Sorry.
飛び出したガラクタの街あんなに憎んだすべてがやりきれずしみるのはなぜか憧れた夢さえまだ報われずに人恋しさに泣けばゆらゆらとビルの街に広がるあの頃と同じ夕焼け空クソくらえとただアスファルト蹴りつけああ春夏秋と
No, it's nice tone. It's nice tone. It's rocky. It's gritty, rocky, kind of 80s, 90s rock
Yeah, he
tone.
was quite popular, I guess.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we don't have time for these musical breaks anymore. It's super long. Like, think about how Gen Z would turn this song on Spotify. They would skip to the next song almost immediately.
It's so true.
16-year-olds, 20-year-olds, what is this? Where's the rest of the song? Done. Here, anyway. But we've noticed in the Asian market...
No, everywhere.
Yes, but the Asian market still has a little bit more of instrumental breaks and solos.
Yes.
They've retained a little bit more than we
More
have.
structure, yeah.
Not structure, just solos.
Just,
Solos.
yeah, you can say so, yeah. But people everywhere are losing patience. Everywhere.
Or what?
Audience everywhere are losing patience.
Oh, we have to, because even, it doesn't matter where you go in the world, everything is streaming now, and streaming is based on algorithms, and
Yeah.
algorithms are based on listen time.
Yeah.
So it's where everybody's trying to beat the system and get people through the highest percentage of the song. So
Yeah.
you gotta keep it interesting and short.
Yep.
迎え入れまた誰を追い出すのだろう
Ooh, that's a push-pull, though. There you go.
I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah, so this is an example of the dynamic change I was talking about that is used. It's quick, but it is not with as much control. Now, you could easily argue that stylistically, because this is the truth, artists choose to do this sometimes. Singers who could not do it this way sometimes choose to do it this way. I'm kind of a purist. I like everything to be barely controlled. He's pretty loose.
Just that su.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Su.
No, he's a little push-pulley. He's a little push-pulley, but there is more space. Is he rock? Is that what he's known for?
Probably.
Yeah, there's more space for it.
But also Japanese language. We know Japanese songs.
I don't think it's the language. I think it's stylistically kind of what's acceptable. Like
Okay,
what they've
yeah,
come
yeah.
to like, kind of like deep vibrato.
Yep.
It's pretty connected though. Little beavery. Flo's scowling. Yeah, that's part of his style, actually. Little harmonica. I like those string lines. It's good production. Seriously, those string call-in responses are really lovely.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes.
Sorry, Flo, that was pleasant.
That was okay.
Okay.
It was alright.
Yeah, it was pleasant.
Well, it had to be good enough for
people to want to cover it.
wanna
Yeah,
buy it.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice. All 4 versions were nice. I assume that's all we're seeing.
More?
Oh
There's
boy.
more. Okay.
Little
Modern
lift.
day.
Little bit of lift. Who is this? Will they keep all the solos?
Modern day and age.
Oh.
再回望，從屬於彼此的晚上，紅河仍是你，做我的心中偏央，如流傻淚，
Wait,
期望可
he's in Cantonese.
Yes.
Yes.
Good catch.
Yep.
我睇雪兼見亮
He softened a lot of it, but
明晨
This is the modern language, like the more modern take of what to do with the language within a pop song, I guess.
yeah.
離別你，路也開孤單不漫
It's really lovely.
長， 一瞬間，太多東西要講，可惜即將再過一冬，只好深深不這刻將凝望。來日縱是千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。來日縱是千千闕星，亮過今晚月亮。我被不棄這消迫麗，一處不可是我更欣賞。
So is it still well understandable?
Yes, but you can tell it's
His second.
a Mandarin singer.
That he's not
Okay,
a
okay.
native
Yeah.
Cantonese
Because some
speaker.
of the bands, he's doing it straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
But do you think he's doing that because the language is not his first language, or because he's trying to make it more musical through his lens?
It's because it's his second language or third language. Yeah.
Because it's actually a mispronunciation at this
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
共我唱。
Big old guitar solo right in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Is he now in Japanese?
Yes.
What the?
Yes.
Nice work.
What a flex.
Nice work.
Paying homage to every
Oh
person.
my god.
好きと言いたのに握りしめた拳が空振りするたび何かだからと言えば
Is this quite recent, Jay?
よだよ
I
だ
hope
と
so.
俺の頬に焼き付くあの頃と同じ夕焼け空を消したいほど愛が欲しいだけ春夏秋も 多少缠绵编织成的梦，多少爱恨刻画的
Is this now Mandarin?
It is.
Yes.
到了终
Yes.
究
You're
还
good.
是空。曾经在雨中对我说，今生今世相守。
Wow, this is so cool to hear all three languages move through the same melody.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
Hey, I think this is I might be wrong because it's all based on what I searched up.
Yeah, yeah.
This is 2020, so it could be 4 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
对我说，永远不离开我。
There's something about the tone that I'm assuming is maybe the mix of his voice that I really like in this performance. Do you know what I'm talking about, either of you? It's a really, really rich mix of his voice.
Yeah, I get it.
It's
Yeah.
well done.
多少缠绵编织成的梦，多少爱恨刻画的镜头，为何一切到了终究还是空？我要總是千千闕歌，飄於遠方我路上。我要總是千千闕。
Do either of you notice ever so subtly the difference in his vocal stylings in his mother tongue?
Mhm.
Do you notice how he's slightly treating the way he's using his voice a little bit differently in Mandarin?
Yeah, well, every language has its own
Right, but I'm not alluding to that so much as when we're in our comfort zone.
Like it's looser.
It's looser.
Yeah, I noticed
It's
it.
looser.
As
Yeah.
soon as it goes into Mandarin,
It's
you're like,
looser.
whew,
Yeah.
pressure's off.
But you know what? No, I'm not at all saying that he wasn't accurate or beautiful,
Yeah.
because both Japanese and Canto were, I can't say if they were accurate, but they were beautiful. But there's just, I guess I'm more talking about habits,
Yeah.
right? We can go to our like comfy hat and comfy version of ourselves when we're in the most familiar version. Like, I actually think he was singing, sorry, this is very interesting to me. I think he was actually singing slightly thicker and heavier in both Canto and Japanese. This is like the most like lilty, like, yeah, this is a different, he's kind of floaty. He's a little bit more floaty in this iteration. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is mostly how we hear him.
Mm-hmm.
So much so, you guys, that's why I asked you what year this was from, because I thought, wow, he sounds really different here. His voice sounds really different here. Is this really, really new? And he's like, I don't know. I just thought he sounded so
I think
different.
he has so many different sides to him.
He does, and that's the beautiful thing. It's challenging singing in other languages, but it's the same. It's a similar, same, but different when somebody hands you a new instrument. If you're a piano player and you try and learn guitar or whatever, when you just try on a slightly different hat, it brings out different colors. It's very healthy, very challenging. And I really do tip my hat to him, because his brain is split in like 86 pieces to do this. But it has brought out some really lovely colors in his voice that I would say I don't hear all the time from him. That was really nice to hear. Interesting. This comparison was a wild effing ride.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, are we picking our bests?
Oh.
Oh, you can't do that.
You don't have to pick if you don't want to pick. I think, well, vocally, I picked Zhou Shen,
Yeah.
but if Anita touched me most, for sure.
I can't touch it. I don't know. They were really, really, this was a wonderful
Yeah.
exploration. I actually quite enjoyed Leslie. I thought he had a really, really beautiful vocal stylings. Everybody's story in this was
Yeah.
outrageous.
Yeah.
Joshin has beautiful vocals. This was wild. The end. Sorry, that's it.
Sure.
Thanks for sharing all that stuff. I know you really,
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was an
Oof.
emotional episode.
Very
Oof.
hard for flow.
yikes.
One, two, three.
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you cared enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me.